time that you or anyone really actually looked at your cloud environment? Not just assumed that everything was fine, but really checked on it. Because here's the reality. Most data breaches today aren't coming from some Hollywood style hacker breaking through layers of firewalls. They're coming from simple misconfigurations. A storage bucket that was left public, an old employee account that's still active, or a permission setting that was changed and never reviewed. And the scary part, these issues often sit quietly for weeks, sometimes months, until one day they don't. The good news is that preventing most of these kinds of problems doesn't require a massive overhaul. It doesn't require hiring an entirely new team. It takes about 15 focused minutes each day. Today, I'm going to walk you through a simple daily cloud checkup routine that can dramatically reduce your risk of misconfiguration and data leaks. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Kinnett. I'm CEO and founder of Eternal Networks. And here at Eternal Networks, we believe in empowering people with the knowledge that they need to succeed. So every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, I go live on all of our socials to discuss different topics around cybersecurity and technology in general to help empower others. At Eternal Networks, we're dedicated to creating safe and secure environments for people to do what they love and helping to educate others on technology and cybersecurity and risk in general is a key part of our mission. At the end of the live stream, I'll be answering questions from the audience. So have them ready, throw them in the comments at any point in time. I'll make sure to cover those at the end. All the introductions done. Let's get on with today's topic. All right, cloud security isn't a set it and forget it. Mistakes and misconfigurations creep in over time. And if we're not checking things daily, they can turn into data leaks and data breaches. So I'm going to walk you through a simple 15-minute daily cloud checkup routine. It's just 6 steps that you can start today. Now, I do want to preface this. If it takes you longer than 15 minutes the first time, don't panic, right? You're going to have to get used to where to check these things. It might take you a little bit longer, but once you have it dialed in, it should go pretty smooth. Number 1, you got to review your identity and access logs and start there. Start by checking on who logged in over the last 24 hours. Look for logins from unusual locations or at odd hours. Pay attention to failed login attempts. Spikes can be early signs of brute force attacks. And make sure that any former employees no longer have access. Small oversights here can create massive exposure. All right, step number 2, check your storage permissions. Many leaks happen because a folder or file was accidentally made public. So this is a super quick check. Just scan your cloud storage buckets daily and make sure there's been no changes to permissions. If anything has been marked public and it doesn't need to be, restrict it immediately. This protects sensitive customer and company data. All right, step number 3, look for unusual resource spikes. Sudden spikes in CPU usage, memory, or cloud costs can be early warning signs. Unexpected usage could mean you've got a compromised system. It could also signal crypto mining activity or even a DDoS attempt. And catching it early is going to limit the damage and limit your costs. Even if it's not a breach, it's going to limit your costs because the more resources you're using, the more expensive those cloud systems often are. All right, tip number 4, take a look at your security alerts and notifications. Cloud platforms generate alerts constantly, and you can easily be buried in alerts, especially if you turn it all on. But those alerts only help if someone reviews them. So I would say start off by looking at the high priority or critical alerts. Check for anything that indicates a compliance violation. Confirm that your backups have completed successfully. And verify that any of your security applications in those logs and antivirus definitions are up to date and functioning and that they're not failing to work. This daily awareness keeps you proactive on the security side instead of reactive. All right, tip number 5, double check your backup integrity. Backups are your safety net, but only if they work. If you get hit with a ransomware attack and all your backups have failed for months, it's not going to do you any good. So make sure that your backups for the last 24 hours have been successful. If any of them have failed, start them running again immediately and see if you can resolve that failure. And then periodically, this doesn't need to be daily, but periodically test restoring files. Make sure that that data is actually good and that you're able to restore data from it. You definitely don't want the first test restore to be during a crisis, right? You want to know what those steps are so that if a crisis comes, you're able to quickly recover your data. All right, step number 6. This one's important for this, but also really for any system, right? Keep your software patched and updated. Cloud servers still require patching. Make sure that your automated patching is functioning properly, that they're being successful, that those patches are being installed regularly. And make sure that you're addressing any critical patches quickly. The shorter the vulnerability window, the lower the risk. If you have a patch, especially a critical security patch, and you delay installing that, that just gives those criminals even more and more time to potentially get into your system. Consistency is what makes this powerful. 15 minutes a day builds a culture of vigilance and will dramatically reduce preventable risk. If this daily routine feels like one more thing on your plate that you just can't get to, well, that's exactly why we exist. Our team helps businesses do exactly this, right? Monitor, secure, and maintain cloud environments and other technology environments so that nothing slips through the cracks. You don't have to do it alone. If you'd like to talk with us about us monitoring and managing this, or if you'd like to just get a little bit more guidance on building a stronger cloud security posture for you and your team, let's have a conversation. You'll see a link on the screen and dropped into the comments in the chat if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one conversation with me. I truly enjoy talking tech and strategy, especially around security with other business leaders. All right, let's see if there's any comments or questions from our live audience. I don't see anything currently here. So thanks for joining today. If you found this information helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Give us some sort of feedback, right? A comment with any questions or thoughts that you might have. Your feedback is really important to us, and it helps us to create content that's valuable to you. Also, don't forget you can subscribe to our channels. Hit that bell icon so that you get updates when we release new content. Remember, knowledge is power, and we are here to help you to navigate the world of technology and cybersecurity. If you need any further assistance, you can always reach out to me via DM. All of our contact information is on our website at itnet.works. Thanks. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.